Well, hello. Good morning. So, today we are back with another podcast. This podcast is for you, I'm sure. Welcome to the Leadership Pro, where fairness meets leadership and wellness fuels purpose. I'm your host, Dr. Wilhelmina, and today we're talking about something that so many leaders quietly face, and that's called burnout. Before we go any further, I want to explain what I mean when I'm talking about leaders. There are leaders with titles, and there are leaders that don't have titles, the informal leaders. So we're really focused here on all leaders, not just the titled leaders, director, supervisor, mom, patriarch, matriarch, those folks, not just them, just people that lead in the home, in the community, and also at work. So this can be helpful to any of them. So if you've ever found yourself running on empty, showing up to lead with a brave face while your body and spirit whisper, I can't keep this up. I can't keep this pace. This episode is for you. So let's get into it. What about the myth of the indestructible leader? You see, leadership has a way of convincing us that strength means endurance, that we have to hold it together no matter what. But let's be honest, many leaders are tired of solving problems no one sees, tired of smiling through exhaustion, tired of being the reliable one when reliability feels like a burden. Here's the truth: you cannot lead from depletion. And we've talked about that on other podcasts. You can't model excellence when your body and mind are screaming for rest. And you can't inspire others when you've lost connection with your own spark. And I know I've experienced this, and I know many leaders do. It gets busy, it gets heavy. There's a high tempo, op tempo in your organization when you're leading, or even in your family. There's just so much going on. I can bring this up because I'm dealing with this now with furlough. So you've got so many things you have to cover. You have to take care of. You don't want your credit to take a hit. You want to eat. You want to make sure the family eats. You want to make sure you do get to wherever you got to be and get everything done. And in order to do that, it's just a high tempo for you. So it's easy to lose your spark. So as leaders, we often wear the mask of I'm fine. How are you doing? I'm fine. How are you? I'm good. But behind the mask is someone who's been giving for more than they've been receiving. And that's not sustainable leadership. That's a slow self erasure. So, yeah, many of us have been in that position. I admit I have too. So let's recognize the red flags of burnout. Let's talk about what burnout looks like, because sometimes we don't recognize it until it's deep. You start losing enthusiasm for things that you once were inspired by. You constantly are irritable, not because you don't care, but because you care too much. You've given so much out of your well that it's becoming dry. Your sleep is off, your focus slips, even small decisions start feeling heavy. I know for me, I'll just say this, one of the things that happens to me is I start to lose my memory. Like it's so much on my plate, so much I'm doing, I start to get forgetful. And you could find yourself thinking, what's the point? When you used to think, what's the next step? You wanted to be that person that is engaging, that person that is creative, that person that just has the next step strategically. Oh, let's do this. Let's try this. If you're not the actual titled leader, but you're giving the ideas that the leader can use. Does any of that sound familiar to you? It definitely does to me. That's your internal dashboard flashing a warning light. It's saying, you need to recharge, not later, but now. So, wellness by design, it's it's a design, not a default, you know? It's wellness by design. You design it. You have to make an effort and be present and design it into your schedule. So here's the shift. Wellness isn't something that happens when you finally get time. It's something you design into your leadership. You've written this down, you've thought about it. It's the same way you design goals, meetings, and strategy. You put it to paper, you put it to in the computer, you design what you're going to do for wellness. It's important. Otherwise, it may not happen. Let's break this down. We're going to talk about the mind, body, and spirit. So for the mind, you design your day with boundaries. Not every email needs the same hour response. Not every meeting needs your presence. Protect your focus the way you protect your reputation. So, we're talking about the mind there. Let's talk about the body. Your energy is your most valuable asset. Rest, hydration, and movement aren't extras, they're your fuel. So, these are things you need to think about in your planning. Um, Take a 10-minute walk, stretch between calls, drink your water, eat food that supports your clarity. And I tell you, I'm about to take a drink of water now. There's something I do when I'm at work, not so much when I'm at home because I only have one, but I bought this bottle. It's like a water bottle, but you plug it in to charge it, and you pour your water in it, and it hydrates your water. It does. Sorry, water is hydrating. It's hydrogen water. So once you charge it, you have to drink it. You can't take all day to drink it. You got to drink it then. So this thing helps me to drink more water because I sometimes have trouble with drinking water, making myself drink water. So I got one of these hydrogen bottles, and that helps me because if I put that water in there and I charge it, I'm drinking it right then and there. I'm not waiting for another hour to drink it because that's one of the principles of drinking the hydrogen water. You drink it right away. Uh, okay, let's talk about spirit. Reconnect with your why. The purpose fatigue is real. So that people, get fatigued on what their purpose was, and they don't even remember why they were doing what they were doing, what was so important to them. I know for me, again, I like to be the innovative one. I like to be the one that comes up with the ideas and share them with my leader. And even at home, I want to be the one that comes up with creative ways to get things done because I can't get it done the way I always got it done. So I got to find ways to get it. Like this whole furlough thing, trying to figure out how am I going to pay the bills with no checks? I mean, man, money is money. If you don't have it, you don't have it. So you got to figure out a way to get it or get it taken care of or ways to work it out or put things off, a way to put it off. So, yeah, that I like to be that person all the time. But if I'm fatigued, I don't have that energy and everything tends to be too much. And I don't know where to start. Like, what should I do? It's just too much. So if you plan this and reconnect to your why, hopefully you won't have that fatigue. Um, you need moments of stillness to remember what drew you to lead in the first place. And it's not selfish, it's how you stay aligned. Okay, so here's some micro habits that shift everything. Big change starts small. Know that. You don't need a full retreat to begin restoring yourself. Though, if you can do it, that would be nice. So, you need one intentional habit that brings you back home to yourself. So, I'm going to give you one. Try this. Block 15 minutes a day for pause times. No phone calls, no work. Just breathe. Do your little breathing exercises. Just be still. Now, I'll tell you something I learned when I was with the Air Force, when I was active duty. We learned, and I don't even remember what the whole idea of it was, but we used to do this list, and it was today's work today. So in that list, we would put the list of all the things we want to get done for the day. Now, as a supervisor, I would put that at the front desk for my airmen. This is what I need you to do today. Make sure it gets done. But I also carry that with me. And it could have been TQM. I don't remember where it came from, but I bring it with me now as I work as a civilian. And I don't put today's work today on top of it, but I do list and check off things as I get them done. So why not add your 15-minute block into that list of things that you're going to do for day today if you were doing a list like I do. But make sure you put it in your calendar. The electronic calendar that comes up and pops up and tells you 15 minutes. Whatever it is, put it on your phone. If you're a leader at home with your family, put it in there. This is where my break is, where I'm going to it's not really a break. It's mindfulness. This is where I'm going to take my 15 minutes and take care of me, because your phone has an alarm. Put it somewhere where it will remind you and you can get it done. End your week with a self-checking. Ask yourself, how well did I show up today? Not just how much do I do? Because we can do a lot in a day and we can do too much. Uh, replace your mental checklist with a wellness one. And so this would be, did I rest? Did I eat? Did I smile? For me, did I drink water? That's mine. Um, and you're not rebuilding your life overnight. You're rebalancing your rhythm one mindful moment at a time. Just start with that. And if that's working for you, those 15 minutes are working for you, you can increase or add a second 15 minutes. Because I know if we're talking about work, I'm not the leader, but I know we have two 15-minute breaks in a day and a half hour lunch, or maybe an hour, depending on how long you work for. But those two 15 minutes, use them, make them work for you. Okay. So, the return on investment with wellness. Some of you might not know what return on investment is, but it's pretty much what I'm saying. It means what it is, what I'm saying. The return on investment. What are you getting back from the investment of wellness? So, because leaders understand ROI, I'm going over this. So, if you're a leader, no matter what area you're a leader in, think about the return you're going to get on this wellness. When you invest in your wellness, your leadership becomes sharper. Like my Mondays. My Mondays are wonderful because I've had the weekend. I've slept. I've done my thing. I've done some business stuff, but I'm not in the environment of the job where it's pressure and high operations. Um, so it's like that. That Monday or Tuesday, you're sharp. But as you go on through that week, if you haven't been taking your wellness breaks and working on yourself, you might start getting, like me, forgetful, can't remember things, you're a little bit scattered. Your vision becomes clearer when you're using wellness in your life, and it's strategically planned into your life. Your empathy becomes stronger. You're able to take more to help someone and have that energy to be a part of being empathetic to someone because you're not burned out. And your organization of team feels safer. So your team, whoever they are, your family, your community group that you're working with, or a family member, a distant family member, or your work arena. It, because they see your modeling balance, that you're balancing your life there, and you're not burned out, it becomes safer for them to do the same thing. They see you do it, they're going to model that behavior. You're modeling the behavior and they're seeing you modeling that behavior. They're going to do it for themselves, and not just themselves. You're going to be doing it for you. So it's a good thing. And they'll see you as that person that is balanced, and respect that, and respect your time. Here's the truth I've learned: when a leader burns out, the light dims for everyone they lead. Wellness isn't indulgence, it's strategy. You have to do this for yourself and for your environment. So, in closing, let's do this reflection. So, here's your challenge for this week: design one wellness boundary and stick to it. Maybe it's logging off on time. Maybe it's saying no to one extra task. Maybe it's scheduling your joy, because joy is maintenance, not a luxury. So, I know one thing that I put in practice for me, I'll tell you all. When it's 3:30, it's the end of my day. My stuff is packed up and I'm on my way out the door, because I have plenty of things to do at home. I got to cook dinner. If I got side biz stuff to do, I need to get it together. So my day doesn't end when I leave the job. So I make sure I leave the job on time. Unless I have like a phone call I have to take, or go in early for a phone call, or, because we do a lot of video calls and things like that, and it's just a lot. So sometimes I might have to stay late or come in earlier, but I'm going to end on time. When my 8 hours are done, I'm going to be out the door, and it's just who I've always been anyway. I'm going to be out, but I'll be back on time in the morning to put my work in, all the work I need to put in. Remember, leadership is not about giving all yourself away. It's about managing your energy so that your purpose can last. So you're not giving all your energy away on one day, or working too far overtime, putting too much in that you're depleted and don't have anything to give to anyone else. And we need leaders. We need leaders in community, at home, in our families, and also in the workplace. We need them. We need those informal leaders. And that's why I remind you at the beginning of the podcast that this isn't just about the titled leaders. Uh, and the last thing I'm going to tell you is you deserve to lead from overflow, not survival. And that begins when you make wellness a design. It's your design. It's not a default. It's your design. You design it into your days. Okay. Well, thank you for listening to my episode, The Leadership Pro. If you found that this subject spoke to you, then please share with someone. If it spoke to your spirit, tell someone else about it that needs to hear it. And that's someone that matters to you. So until the next time, lead with fairness, live with intention, and take care. Thank you for listening.